Okay, let's talk about this game. So basically, our 1v1 mid matchup is pretty bad, right? Like, Cassio is very good against Ahri, can definitely bully, but like, what do we have here? We have Ahri with a ganking jungler and a ganking support against an immobile mid. So our main thing will be to mostly trade, like, evenly or like defensively, and then we'll play for ganks. Like, the ganks will be the really good thing. Now, if she's late to lane, we can abuse Ahri's level 1, right? So I don't know where this guy is, but if we can actually get Prio at level 1, potentially we can end up winning this lane, even though it's like a losing matchup. Okay, I'm guessing she's like AFK or something, because... Yeah, alright, I guess she's just AFK. Hopefully it's not a remake. Okay, nice, she's here. Alright, well that's best case scenario. She actually lost a little bit of XP. But yeah, we need to be really careful. And we also really want to make sure this wave comes back to us. Because the thing is, right, like, Kasu wants distance to run us down, and we also want distance so that she can get ganked. So it's really good if we can just like shove this wave under turret early and then have it come back to us. And we're kind of saying that like most of our advantage against Katsu is going to come from early skirmishes and ganks it up. Like she outscales us and she also outlanes us, but it doesn't mean we don't have win cons, right? Like again, the ganks it up, the skirmishing power is all like very, very valuable. So at this point, now that Katsu is like starting to get a bit stronger, right? Like Katsu level 2 is okay. Katsu level 3 is really when she comes online. I'm going to try and keep the wave in the middle so that she just doesn't have the window to run me down, basically, and so that I can set up ganks. Like, I want to make sure that she feels threatened by Shaco. So we'll just keep this wave here. Yeah, like I said, I don't really want to push. I will if I, like, get Q harassed at the same time, but for the most part, we need to just be careful. Like, if we can just keep the wave here, it seems fine. Unfortunately, it ends up pushing back, which was kind of my fault. Like, I kind of had a bad Q. I think this will end up coming to me, though. And if we go more or less, like, even or neutral in the early lane, that should be fine. Because, like, again, our level 6 spike is going to allow us to do so much on the map. So we're just playing defensively. Now, if she does give prior, then, like, potentially we can get into the river first and, like, make some sort of, like, play, like, you know, with Shaker on the Scuttle Crab or something. Okay. So yeah, like, as long as we hold Charm defensively, it's very difficult for her to run us down, right? So, like, most of Kasu's damage comes from, like, the Q chase down. Holy shit, I have actually been hit by a lot of Qs. But, like, as long as you save your ability defensively, there's not a whole lot that can be done. Now, I think I'm going to rotate to this. So this guy is, like, way too far in, and we are, like, much, much better at this fight than Cassio is, right? Like, Cassio is kind of worthless in these sort of early skirmishes, and we're really useful. Now, in this case, I don't actually have to do anything, but that was basically perfect. And then this wave state is also really good for us. Like, Cassio has... Wow, that is really psychotic. Well, what I'll do here is just quickly shove mid. What Cassio is doing is really troll. Basically, if this guy doesn't die, she's going to lose an entire mid wave. And then after I shove the mid wave, I'll try and rotate. So yeah, what these guys did here is kind of not ideal. Yeah, they're pinging me. It's not a mistake by me. We'll just meet this guy. What they need to do is just play slow, because Cassio is losing so much mid in the meantime. That, like, she's not really allowed to do that, right? That's why she's not allowed. So, like I said, we just meet the Leona. She doesn't know what she's talking about. We'll shove another wave, and then again, we can look to do something. If she just played slow, like, I would have killed her without her dying. So, like, I don't know why she's blaming me for it. Save Charm here, just to make sure she can't chase us, and now we'll go for a reset. So, despite being in a losing lane, we're actually really, really ahead now. Like, we're in a super, super good position. We've managed to not quite get Chapter. We could sell for Chapter. I think it actually is worth it. Yeah, I think we'll sell for Chapter. Normally getting Chapter first base is kind of unrealistic, but if you can, I mean, it is pretty good. We're going to be much, much stronger than Cassio in any sort of fight. She just has one window here where she has pressure, where, like, she will have push over the wave and could potentially, like, make some sort of play. But it's kind of unlikely. And if we could cancel her base, oh yeah, that's super good. Super, super good. So we're in an amazing spot. We could potentially even kill her at 6 because we have a huge item advantage over her at the moment, right? We also should have an XP lead. If she stays, I'm going to kill her, I think. I think she's just going to commit to the base, but let's see. Okay, she decided to stay. It's kind of good what she did. Like, she hid in the fog of war until, like, I'd already committed to pushing. But that does mean that our wave is a bit healthier, so we can get some free hits on the turret. Let's quickly grab that. Get a nice chunk on her on the way out. And then let's just drop some vision here on the top side, just because we're probably playing for grubs, and we want to make sure that we have full control over this area. Dude, my Jhin is 9 CF. What? Okay. I don't know how that happened. Yeah, so we'll just keep shoving. Again, try and deny as much as we can to the Katsu as possible. And of course, we're just thinking about what our jungler is doing. Now, he doesn't need help on grubs, right? There's no way this gets contested. We have vision, we have prio in both mid and top. So we don't need to go to this, right? So if you can do anything extra here, like recall or take plates or do anything, that's generally going to be better. Also, if you can hit the next mid wave very early, you can oftentimes lock your opponent under their turret, right? Like, see how most of this wave is already dead by the time Katsu even gets to it? That makes life, like, very difficult for her. Okay, getting great chunk on her on the way out. She's almost, like, dead already. And we can maybe play for this plate. Okay, dodge the Q. Just holding charm defensively again. Okay to use it here because their Q's on cooldown. Alright, she's basically fucked. She's like too far behind now to really do anything. I'm gonna keep this wave in the middle here because I want to try play for a solo kill. Yeah, so I want her to like be forced to walk up, basically, you know? And since my jungler's not like pressuring anything, I don't really have to roam here. There's no point going bot because my jungler's not there. There's nothing to do in top side, although... Okay, that was kind of bad by me. I didn't do a very good job of guaranteeing the charm. That was definitely a little bit of a misplay by me. I was kind of torn between two things, and I didn't really think about what I actually wanted to do. Now, fortunately, she gives me the kill. Viego is above me, so I need to be a tiny bit aware of that. But I should be fine. As long as I hug a little to bot side, I think I should be safe. And if I can grab this last plate, we're in a super good spot. Nice. Okay, so we're in a great spot here. Now, if you're wondering, I guess, like, what Katsu's mistakes are, the biggest mistake was that she ran to this Grump early. Like, that really, really fucked her over. Made her, like, much, much weaker than she should have been. Like, she's permanently behind an XP. Even though she got the kill, it still wasn't worth it. Like, it gave me the free base. It gave me that huge chapter base, actually. And also, I think she didn't play aggressively enough on the wave. She needed to, like, try and bait out my charms rather than just, like, being allowed to hold it the whole time. So what are we thinking about now? Ideally, we try and keep syncing up with our jungler, right? We keep trying to do stuff. Now, Cassio might be roaming bot. I'm just guessing that, like, because she roamed before, she's probably going to roam again. This guy seems to, like, want to run around the map. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. They should be able to live. And again, this is, like, a really bad roam by Cassio. Like, Cassio's a very bad roaming champion. So, like, as Cassio, you've got to, like, be even more, like, what's the word? Even more strict, I guess, about, like, knowing what a good roam looks like. Like, really making sure that you're only roaming, like, with your jungler to winning lanes, to places with CC, and without, you know, without losing anything mid. Because now, like, she's just, I mean, she's just too far behind, basically. And I notice this all the time by playing in low elo and coaching low elo, is so many of you guys are just shooting yourselves in the foot constantly. Like, I haven't really done anything this game. It's just, like, what I haven't done. You know, like, I haven't roamed without pushing. And I haven't, you know, died to any jungle ganks and stuff. But Cassie, on the other hand, is, like, she's tried to be too proactive at bad times. And now she's just, like, out of the game, right? She's, like, way too far behind. So again, we'll shove this wave, and then we're always going to be looking at, like, what Shaker wants to do, basically. Like, if Shaker's making a play in another lane, like, right now would be a really good time to roam. Yeah, so we'll try roam bot here. If the play ends up winning without us, then we'll just go back mid. Yeah, so they won the play anyway, we'll just come back mid. Should be able to get out here. It's fine. Could maybe even turn on this guy. Okay, no flash on the Casio. That's really good. Like, her losing flash is much more punishing than us because she's way more gankable. So we're just going to go home, spend our money, TP back. Actually, we could maybe greed a plate. Okay, no, I don't think we're greeting that plate. Seems like a bit too much. But yeah, we'll just base. Oh, I'm going to lose that, aren't I? Sad. Oh, it's fine. I want to grab a Dark Seal here, so we'll grab this. And then I'm just going to TP straight back on the map. Just because I want to pressure really hard here and, like, try and take her turret. Again, I'll be thinking, okay, like, if Shaco gets into a fight, I'll run bot. Just might as well just quickly kill that guy. So he was overextended. Obviously didn't have flash because he just lost it. Now, so again, I would go bot here if the fight looked good, but I can't get here in time, and I have to push the mid wave first. So we'll just do that. And to be honest, I mean, let's set up some vision first just so we don't die to the jungler. Because we have no flash and no ult. But we should just be able to take this. So yeah, we'll get this. But like, yeah, you know, even as a roaming champ like Ari, right? Like, I haven't found any roams this game because there has not really been any good opportunities. I think a lot of you guys just roam like way too often, and it just like you end up so behind off of it. So like here's a good time to roam. Mid-wave shoved, I have ult, and Shaco's potentially looking bot. Now if Shaco goes back to his camps, then I have to go back to mid. Because like if Shaco's not ready, I'm not going by myself, right? I only want to make plays with my jungler. Lime. Just shove another mid-wave, and again, rinse, repeat. Like if Shaco's looking for bot, we'll look bot as well. Okay, so like right here, these guys are overextended. Shaco's looking for the play. It's 4v2 bot. Cassio can't get here. I have ulti. The only downside of this play is I have a lot of gold, which is like definitely not ideal, but like I said, I think there's enough other good things that make this like a good roam. Now, when you roam bot, most important thing is to kill the ADC. That's the person that's farming. So killing the ADC should be like absolute like highest priority. If you kill the support, it's a bonus, but you don't have to. You don't have to. That's perfect. Basically perfect roam. I'm going to lose a little bit mid for it, but they lose like the entire game bot, which is amazing for us. Yeah. Basically perfect. So now we'll just like walk back on the map. We just gotta play slow, you know, wait for our ulti to come up, and we'll just do the same thing, you know? Like there's not really too much to it. Okay, as long as we hold charm, we're not under any threat. Shove this wave, and then again, like take a look at Shaco and what he's doing. So Shaco's entering topside, which means I need to start like looking to place vision topside. I could maybe look top here. The thing is I don't have ult. Now I have a lot of time, so I think I am going to look for this, but normally you don't want to make plays without ult. I'm kind of saying that like I have enough time that even if the play doesn't work, I'm not going to lose a whole lot for it. And I have to play this very slowly, because I think if she... Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. So ultimately though, this is fine, right? Like see how, because I did this so early, I kind of knew that it wasn't going to work. But if I can get back to mid in time, it doesn't matter too much. Like maybe Cassio gets to roam bot here. I kind of doubt it though. And so, like, basically, we just... If you can push the wave early, you have extra time, which means, like, you can be more lenient with the roams. You can, like, choose roams that are, like, naturally lower percentage. Because, like, a fight there, or, like, a roam there, I guess, like, without having ult is definitely a little low percentage. But, like I said, like, it didn't really matter. We didn't lose anything. Now, again, shove mid and run straight top. Right, Shaco's making a play. We want to make sure we lean on his side. We've got ult available. If the play's over before we get there, that's fine. We can just like reset and then we can go to bot. So just always like supporting him, basically. Making sure that we're around him, can extend whatever he's trying to do, whether that's invading or roaming or whatever. So now what am I thinking? I mean, just go bot with TP, basically. I don't think anyone can match me. The game should kind of play itself from here. Just same thing as the early game, basically. Just like shove out and then try help your jungler. And like with TP, you're allowed to stay in the side lane. But it's pretty much the same thing, right? Like you don't need to overcomplicate it. Like we're just going to push and then move. Or like if no one's answering the turret, we'll just kill the turret. That's pretty much it. Okay. So I have bot. I've got reasonable vision. I have ult available if anyone comes to me. And as you can see, like here, with no one answering this turret, like I'll just hit it. Potentially, if like Shaco's ready to make a play, then I'll go make a play with him. Right, but like, currently he's not. He's hitting the wolves. So for now, we'll actually just keep pressuring bot. Maybe look at that guy. I don't have charm yet. Yeah, let's kill. Oof. Pretty much perfect. Make sure that you use that R2, or like use your R to bring your Q2 damage onto them, because Q2 is a lot of your damage, and finding a way to guarantee it is very important. Okay, everyone's dead. We'll just say the ball through it. Shok, how the game's going? They're fucking good. I don't think we've lost today. How do you deal with sidelining when playing a champ that doesn't take TP, like Zoe or an assassin? Kind of, I talked about this a little bit in my sidelining guide. The TLDR is, I think you should still take TP. Like, I think Zoe should take TP. I think most assassins should take TP. But if you don't, it's like you're taking Ignite in a winning matchup, and you're kind of saying that, like, because you win the side lane so hard, you can, like, take enough that it doesn't matter that you don't have TP, right? Like, if your team dies without you, it'll be fine, because you can, like, trade enough in the side lane that it's okay. But like I said, I think most champs should take TP, with, like, a very few exceptions.
There's beauty in even the smallest
Okay, I've got ult in 15. We should just wait for that. Shaco's currently top, so we just need to be a little safe bot side. If we can just survive, I guess, until we have our ult. Although, these guys look pretty overpushed. Like, bot wave is pushed in, so it's a pretty good opportunity to just, like, quickly come make a play mid. Should just be able to kill this guy for free. Yeah, so I wouldn't normally make a play mid like this, but the reason I did is because the bot wave was already shoved in, so I kind of didn't have anything else to do. So I just came and quickly made a play mid. It was very opportunistic, though, like, it wasn't really looking for it. Just kind of got lucky. So yeah, now we'll go back bot. Do need to be a tiny bit careful here, because, like, since we did use ult mid, Gwen could maybe kill us. Like, the turret's basically 1 HP. Yeah, we need to actually just not die to this guy. Like, if we die to Gwen while our ult's down, it's really bad. If we can just wait for the team, though, and play this slowly, like, I think she's dead. She's super dead. Just save charm, basically, just in case she tries to, like, cheese us. Unfortunately, it's creeped in the way, but doesn't matter. So we will shove this in, and then let's go for a base. Could stay the dragon, I think. Basically, okay, I'll TP back if it's getting contested. Otherwise, I'll just save it. I could probably go Magi's here again, because I'm not really under any threat. But I think safer play is just playing the death cap. What makes Veigar a weaker champion the higher rank you go? Basically, just his laning phase is super weak. Kiana TP? I'm not sure. I don't really play Kiana, so I don't know for sure. Think about the new Roa build. I literally just made a video on it on my YouTube, if you go check it out. Think about Yorick. Maybe good counter? I don't know. Okay, so we'll just do the same thing. Again, like push in waves and then look to move. So first we'll come and set up our vision on the side lane just to allow ourselves to play aggro. And then maybe we can get some good chunk on this guy. Nice, get some really good chunk on Gwen. So that's really, really good. We'll just make sure that we can... So here what we'll do is, like, again, if Shaco's ready to make a play, I'll move from bot or I'll potentially TP. If not, though, I'll probably hit this. Although, I think I could run mid. So again, I wouldn't normally do this, but because I have the bot wave shoved, that means I have, like, a really big opportunity to look mid. It doesn't look like I can chase. Yeah, but that's fine. Like, again, we have the bot wave shoved in, which means that we can kind of, like, do whatever we want, right? We can kind of just, like, run around the map. Okay. Should be able to kill this guy as well. Nice. So anyone saying that Ahri doesn't do damage, you probably just roam too much and then you have no CS. Like, that's normally what I see when people say Ahri does no damage, because they just have no gold, right? And that's not an Ahri thing. That's like a champs without gold don't do damage. Because people see Ahri as like this roaming champ, and that they think, okay, like I should be roaming on literally every wave. And some games, like if your jungler is really active, like you especially see that in Hilo, the Ahris will be roaming on every wave, right? But like you do have to play around your jungler's tempo. And like this game, I haven't really had any opportunities to roam with my jungler. Like my jungler has just been very different tempo-wise to me. Like a lot of the times I have windows to pressure, like he's farming camps, right? In which case, you just play for your lane. Okay, what next? That's what you always think, like, when you come out of base, like, what can we do next? I don't really think there's a whole lot to do. I mean, we're kind of just waiting for them to FF at this point. I guess, like, I don't know, just shove waves and pressure tier 2s, but realistically, like, I think the game is pretty over. I'm surprised they haven't forfeit yet. I do think it's, like, pretty difficult for them to win. I think Cassio mechanically played this game pretty well. She definitely, like, mismanaged the laning phase, but mechanically I think she played very well. Like, she hit a lot of Qs and honestly, like, dodged a lot of charms. So I think, yeah. Like, mechanics are clearly not her issue, right? Because I sometimes, you know, people, like, ask me, like, or will say stuff like, oh, my mechanics just aren't good enough to climb. And, like, I'd say this guy has, like, pretty good mechanics. But, like, because he just doesn't really know how to play the game, he's, like, really weak, right? Okay, let's see if we can just make a quick pick here. Ooh. It's close. Go home and buy our Lich, or not our Lich Bane, buy our Death Cap here. It's gonna be incredibly strong. Alright. That's pretty good. We've got our death cap in base. We just go home, reset, spend our money back on the map with ult. It'll be good. It's Lich very good. I talked about it in my Ari guide. The TLDR is like Lich is good when you're ahead, when you can like buy the item because it's expensive and has a bad build path, and when you can like guarantee autos. If you're behind, Lich Bane is complete trash. Why no Medjais? Basically because I kind of want to make this more applicable to everyone. Like, I would buy Medjais here if I were playing off stream, but I think a lot of people will be like, oh, like, you know, you just like buy Medjais every game because like you're way better and whatever. And I'm just kind of saying, or like I'm trying to make this as applicable to you guys as possible. Like, yeah, I think you should buy Medjais, but ultimately, like, you don't need Medjais, right? And like, if you die here, it's fine. We're just trying to play to the fundamentals. Okay, so like I said, I think this game is like more or less over, but we'll just finally take the last of their turrets, and I guess like they might wait it. Yeah, they might make us wait till Baron, which would be kind of annoying because like Baron spawns so late now that like games like this that are over, you still just have to wait for. Okay, we'll grab this. I have so much gold. I'm so insanely fed. Safe play is just to reset and spend my gold. I probably should do that. Yeah. This is a really good game to buy Banshee, by the way. So, like, they have lots of AP. So, like, Banshee is, like, mega value. And also, like, it helps protect your bounty and your Dark Seal. So, like, after you've got Death Cap, Banshee against, like, 4 AP is really, really good. You're not very ahead, go Horizon? Yeah. You can just go to my Ari guide if you guys want itemization things. Recommend making personalized champ documents. If you think it helps you, then sure. Like, I think whatever you need to do, man. Alright, I'll probably just come follow this up. At this point, we can take any fights. Again, normally wouldn't fight this with Shaker bot, but, like, we're so fed, we can do, like, literally anything we want. Yeah, I mean, like I said, when you're this far ahead, you can just do random shit. It really doesn't matter. I think it is important to know, though, that, like, when you guys are ahead as well, you can do this as long as you know why it's bad. You know what I mean? Like, I can do this even though Shaker's not here because I'm really fed. But if I were, like, not so fed, I would not have looked for that fight without Shaker. So, like, if you can justify that to yourself and you'd still make it, that's fine. Like, I'm not saying you can never make plays without your team, right? But, again, you have to have, like, a reason why you could do that.